What is good with y'all, man? It's your boy Unseen coming at y'all with another video. So today we hopping back into our spiritual bag, man. It's been a minute since I made any like spiritual video, so I wanted to touch on a topic that got asked of me on one of my recent videos: how to tell if your pineal gland is calcified or not. What are some signs? What are things to look for if you want to figure out if your pineal gland, the third eye, is calcified? So obviously we need to know what the pineal gland is in the first place. It's in this location, but it's in the back of your head. It's like towards the back of your brain. But the reason we point here is just because it's like the front that you can see. So this is the third eye, the pineal gland, whatever you want to call it, man. It's one of the most important chakras. It's the sixth chakra, and it deals with clarity, seeing through the illusion, seeing through the bullshit, and just intuition in general. The day you were born, you have a uncalcified pineal gland. You have, a working pineal gland. And over time, when you're in this matrix and when you live in this construct of society, that can get calcified. It can get clogged and clouded, and in turn that clouds your judgment, your intuition. You don't know what you want to really do. You don't see through the lies that you've been fed. It takes away from your abstract way of thinking. Question at hand here is, how do you tell if it's blocked or if it's calcified or not? Everybody has their own way of doing it, and I'm gonna give you the ways that I check, the ways that I can see or not, the ways that I can see if I'm on the right path with it still being open or not. And I'm gonna be real with you. When you open up the third eye, when you open up the pineal gland, you can't really go back, man. You can't really go back to what it was before that. So as soon as you open it, it's gonna stay open. It's just gonna stay open, and it can not be as active as some others. So I'm not saying like it will always be open, but if you don't take care of yourself, it can get to a point where it's not really working like it should be. But you're always going to have the experience of when you first open it, so that's always going to be with you. If you're curious as to what you can do to see if I'm on the right path or not, so one way, I just got to get this out of the way first of all, is you'll know if it's open. When you open up the third eye, when you open up the pineal gland, when you cleanse that, you're going to feel it in this area. You're going to feel it, like physically, you will feel it. I'm telling you, I've gone through it. Countless of people in this community have gone through it. You're gonna feel a bunch of tingling, I guess, and you'll feel kind of like a headache feeling, but not in a bad way, because you'll realize like, oh shit, like I'm doing something, like this is actually working type shit. So that's one way to tell, is you're just gonna feel it, man. You gotta go off of what you feel, and that's what it's all about. It's all about going on based on how you feel. This is kind of like a sidetrack, but also a way to see is like the fact that you're already asking this type of question just shows where you're at in terms of your consciousness and where you're at on your spiritual journey. And people have been in that spot, man. I was in that spot. Everybody goes through that spot where they're asking the questions, but you gotta at first put in the work. So that was number two. The fact that you're even asking these type of questions just goes to show that it's probably open already, or you're on the path to opening it. Way to tell if your pineal gland is calcified or not. Number three, if your discernment or if your ability to see through the illusion is kind of off, then that shit's most likely calcified. That shit is most likely not working to the best of its ability. If you're still trapped in the matrix and you're still set on like the construct of society, and you don't see through this whole illusion, if you still feed into politics and still think it's one side's better than the other when they're both part of the same bird, two wings in the same bird, shit like that. When you realize that this whole construct, this whole matrix we live in is the distraction, then your pineal gland is open. Your third eye is open. If you still can't see that, if you still don't have that epiphany and you still can't see it, then it's most likely closed. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that's where you're at. It's all about finding where you're at in your journey and working on those things. So number four, this is a very direct way I like to go looking about to see if my pineal gland is still open, see if my third eye is still open. And it's through meditation. It is through being in a meditative state. There are many videos on YouTube you can look up that are third eye specific meditations, and one of the ways that I check is, the second that you get into your meditative state, because everybody's got their own ways to do it. Once you get in that meditative state, one way to check, and I check this all the time, at least it works for me. It may not work for you, but for me, this is what I do, is I focus on the third eye when I'm meditating. I make sure I'm looking in that position with my eyes while they're closed, if that makes any sense. I focus on that area, like the center of your forehead. You focus on the area, and if you start to see flashes of indigo or like a purplish, like a violet, that means your third eye, your pineal gland is open. Your third eye is open because you're putting energy towards that specific point in your body. And if it responds, that means it's working. If it doesn't, then it's probably not working, or you're not focusing hard enough on that area. And if you feel like you focused hard enough and it's still not doing it, then your shit is most likely closed. If you do this trick that I like to sometimes do, is when you're in your meditations and you're focusing on that area, right? If you bring like one of your fingers up to your third eye, not to where you're touching it, but just barely hovering over it, and you start to feel pressure, or if you start to feel some kind of tension in that area, then it's for sure open. Your constant reassurance that my shit is where it needs to be. And that is just another way to check if your pineal gland is calcified or not. The thing with this specific of a topic is that everybody has a different route that they go. So some routes may not work for me. Some routes I may not even be aware of. But this is what has worked for me and has worked for countless other people. I know that for sure. And the last reason, this is a big reason, and it deals with reading the auras of people and the energy that people carry with them, and seeing it through, you know, people's intentions, right? That's what the third eye does. When you have your third eye open, you can see people's auras. You can see like their energy, the type of, you know, spirit that they carry with them. You can see past, you know, just the physical. You can see their entire being in front of them. Basically your psychic abilities, man. If your psychic abilities don't really work like that in terms of, you know, intuition, telling, almost like predicting the future type shit, if you can't, you know, see things before they happen, your clairvoyance, and also reading people's energy and their aura, if those things aren't like existent for you, then your shit is most likely calcified. And that's okay, man. It just, once again, it goes to show where you're at in your journey, and you shouldn't be knocking that or bashing that. When it comes to reading people's energy and auras, you obviously, when that shit is open, you can see people for who they are. You don't just see the physical anymore, right? You see their entire aura. You see their spirit, the energy that they carry with them. So if your pineal gland is calcified, you're not going to be able to see that as much. Your discernment may be off a little bit, but when it is open, you will be able to tell who is the chosen one, who's one of the light workers. You will be able to tell. And you will also be able to tell who the bots are, who are the people that are trying to bring you down and lower your type of energy. That's if your pineal gland is open. If it's closed, you may not be able to see that as much. Those were the methods I just gave on how to check if your pineal gland is calcified or not, if it's open, if it's working, or if it's not working. There are many other ways to check. These are the ones that have worked for me the best and are very universal in the sense that a lot of people do this too. A lot of people use these methods. It just so happens to work for me as well. I know I didn't really get into the solution aspect of how to decalcify your pineal gland. So if you guys want me to make a video on that, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment, man. That would be really appreciated. I'm a first-hand experience. I've gone through it. I've been through it. So if you guys want that video, be sure to let me know in the comments. It's gonna do it, man. If you guys enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, be sure to drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, man. It really helps the channel get out there, and also help this video get out there to more people, because more people need to hear this type of message if they got questions about spirituality. And these are a lot of beginner questions, so let's help them out as best as we can. Let's help all these beginners out and introduce them to some knowledge that they can really take with them and apply to their lives, man. Been your boy Unseen. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.